What is going on, homies? It's your boy StumpD back for the OPTC video. In today's video, we are here at level 100 plus of Pirate King's Adventures, utilizing some of the teams that I put together in yesterday's video. And in today's video, we're focusing on Gear 5 with a friend, Captain Momo. Now, in yesterday's video, I put out two particular renditions of this particular team with a bunch of different options and stuff like that. But in today's video, we're going with this particular team first up. Now, utilizing your own Gear 5, if you have regular Gear 5, makes this content so much easier. Like, this content is an absolute headache. Bringing a friend Captain Momo definitely helps, but having your own Gear 5 is definitely the key to getting this particular quest done. Some notable characters that are very, very good for this fight as well, as mentioned yesterday, is the treasure map Koala. You could use something like Smoker as well. The quick Smoker is another option for you guys. But the Koala is just perfect. So the first team looks like this. That's the team, those supports. Let's dive in. Now, there's not too many crazy supports, no crazy ship shenanigans here. But this particular team, it doesn't exactly have the most damage in the entire world. Now, these teams do require stalling. Unfortunately, doing some like no-stall shenanigans on this very annoying content, it's just giving me a bit of a headache. There's a lot going on right now. We just had Super Boss Kazuna, and I'm sure something will pop up in the future. The second team, you guys see, it does very, very good damage, and it doesn't require all that much stalling. Whilst Gear 5 needs 16 turns of cooldown, it's a little bit annoying, but you can shuffle some supports around and do some shenanigans there to actually get that done. But, as mentioned, the treasure map Koala is fantastic. The rare recruit Hiyori that came out with Gear 5 is actually incredible for Stage 4. Sets defense to 0, gives you a 3-turn chain boost, removes the special bind with double special activation. Very, very good. The Kazuna rare recruit Brook that came out with Super Tandem Zoro is a fantastic unit for this particular stage against Chopper. For this particular team, though, the Kuja Pirate support isn't overly necessary. I would highly recommend moving Brook to where Hiyori is, so Brook has the Wano Orb. That way your quick characters are hitting very, very hard at the end, because there is a new debuff that means all type slots do incredibly less damage, and it's very, very annoying to actually hit the 1.5 billion that you will need for level 150 if you guys don't have that. Now, there is a barrier on stage 3, there is resilience. The Kazuna rare recruit Brook gets around that. He gives you those Wano Orbs, as I mentioned earlier, and you can kind of hang on to them for the entire quest. He removes the resilience, he gives you color affinity. He locks orbs too, so you can keep those Wano Orbs for the rest of the fight. Plus, utilizing the Gear 5 Super EX means you can go through the barriers. That's also going to allow you to get through the damage reduction over here on stage 4. To get around the defense up, we have the Momo special, but also Hiyori sets it to 0. Hiyori removes the 6 turns of special bind, and then to get around the attack down, we have the Kazuna rare recruit Lord. You can use, there's a rare recruit Zoro as well. He's not a free spirit, but he definitely will work here. You also can't use damage dealing specials, otherwise you will take a 50% HP cut and 20,000 damage of pain every time you literally do anything, which is just super, super annoying. Utilizing Momo's superclass here, and his special gives you 3 turns of a chain boundary because we have 4 slashes on the team. He also gives you a nice little orb boost and 3 turns of base stats, so you can easily kill that stage. On the final stage against Brook himself, you get Binder on your top row. That's why Gear 5 is so good. There's also Damage Null and 7 turns of Threshold. Again, this is why Gear 5 is so good. He gets through the barrier, the damage reduction, the Damage Null, the Threshold, the Bind, and he rotates the final Block Orbs on the final stage. However, with this team, you do only have 2 Wano Orbs, which is just a little bit annoying. I believe if you have the Zoro support, I don't know if Zoro goes on Brook, you can get an extra Wano Orb there. That could be nice. But as you guys can see there, the damage is pretty tight. This is just over level 100. It'll work, but for how long, I'm not 100% sure how. However, if you guys have some more supports on your account, or you have a ship that can remove attack down, you can do something like this. And actually bring Super Tandem Zoro on the team. Now, the team looks very similar. We just basically replaced Law with Super Tandem Zoro. So that's the team. Those are the supports. Let's dive in. Now, the upside to using Super Tandem Zoro means that you can get a full board of Tandem Orbs on the final stage, as well as having a Super Tandem ability, which is just phenomenal when it comes to damage output. Plus, you have a lot of characters on this particular team that will actually trigger Zoro's Super Tandem. Hiyori is one of those characters. Brook, obviously, and then Gear 5 Luffy allows you to get the Super Tandem even if you don't have yours maxed like you see in today's video. Once again, we have the Koala. She's fantastic. We use her on stage 4 to give ourselves an attack boost, and then remove the attack down on the final stage, or make us immune to attack down, plus give us an attack boost, because if you use an attack boost on the final stage, it's very detrimental. So that's the one downside to having Super Tandem Zoro, is you don't actually get his crazy 2.75 attack boost or whatever it is. But look, at the end of the day, it's not the end of the world because Koala is there to suffice. Again, it does take a little bit of stall here. I do think I actually overstall for this particular team. I am sort of just trying to count the numbers and then totally forgot I had the Mr. 3 support. Having some sort of paralysis remover is going to be nice. So if you don't have Super Tandem Nami, you can just chuck on something like Rayleigh. You can chuck on something like Sanji on Zoro, and then use some other like attack boost, attack down removing supports. I'm using the Gran Tesoro ship. It works out quite nicely. That opens the door for me to use the Mr. 3 support on Luffy, just making this team a lot faster. Honestly, this team could probably be no stall with the amount of supports and stuff that we have on the team. The Nami support's great. She gives us cooldowns. It just works absolutely fantastically. But you can use the Pedro support on Brook if you guys have been around that long. That way you can get around the attack down on stage 4, and that's going to be quite nice as well. On stage 3 against Chopper with the barrier and the resilience, we're using the Kazunoroku Chopper Brook again. He's just going to remove that resilience, which is great. The Super EX allows us to go through the barriers, and we get the locking orbs. So that way, Zoro, he's actually just going to keep his orbs. Probably actually won't be no stall, because you definitely want to keep that orb on Zoro. So unless there's if there's 6 units somewhere, then look, you're gonna have to stall at least one turn. On stage 4 against Luffy, we have Hiyori to remove the special bind. We have supports and the ship to get around the attack down. Like I said, you do have the Pedro support, and you can just move Nami to Luffy and stall a little bit longer if you guys don't have a ship maxed out. But having any ship that removes 1 turn of attack down is very, very good. Make sure to use Koala special on stage 4 for the attack boost and the carryover effect. Plus, the being immune to attack down is essential, because on the final stage, everyone is going to cop a very, very annoying 12 turns of attack down, unless it's your captain. Your captain's the only one that can hit with hard, and ideally I just want you to bink it with Momo. But hey, if you summon it on Momo, I just scratching my head against you, to be honest, man. On the final stage, there's damage null threshold once again. You can't use chain limiter. You can't use attack boosts. It's just very, very annoying. But look, Gear 5 here, he works great because he doesn't do any of that. He does color affinity. He does an orb buff. Momo gives us the carryover of the chain boundary to get around the attack down when you blow a certain chain. And then Zoro is going to give us a full board of tandem orbs, which he'll actually make at 2.5 times, just like a 1-0 slot, which is awesome. Start the chain with Koala, because Koala's not hitting hard at all. And then you can move into Hiyori, Gear 5, and then hit with Zoro, or hit with Brook, whichever way you guys want to go about it. And when you do that, you'll see a nice chunky billion damage before we even hit with something like Brook and Momo. So it's going to wrap up the video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, make sure to go down there, belt the like button, hit the subscribe button, do all that good stuff. Most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. Hit the bell notification so you don't miss out on more PKA content. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. No!